Hola. So today's topic is social media. I actually got a question to the likes of, do I think social media ruins relationships? Now, at first I was like, hell yes, they absolutely do. Social media is hell for relationships. But then I thought about it, and I had to kind of retract my answer, because when I thought about it, it's like, I don't think social media ruins relationships. I think people with social media ruins relationships. It's like guns, right? Guns don't kill people. People kill people. People with guns kill people. So I feel like the same thing rings true for social media. People with social media kill their own relationships, because of the lying, the sneakiness, the DMs, the inboxes, like all that stuff. That's what hurts relationships. It's not social media itself. It's not social media's fault that you lie. It's not social media's fault that you constantly sliding in somebody else's DMs when you know you got a man or a girl. It's not social media's fault, that you're trying to hook up with people on the low and all that other stuff. That's not social media's fault. That's a person's choice. That's a premeditated choice that someone is making to do these things, knowing that they are in a relationship. They just think that, they're not going to get caught because, it's people's, inboxes, DMs, and things like that. Which people really don't realize that social media is actually the greatest platform invented to catch people doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've even been in an instance and found out stuff through social media. Like, social media is probably the greatest tool for any private eye. Because you get caught more on social media than you do, when you do stuff in private or whatever. So that's why I don't really understand why people use social media to try to, do stuff that should really be done in private. But anyway, no, I don't think that social media is the reason for relationships being ruined. I apologize for the background noise. But I don't think it's the reason for relationships being ruined. I think it's just people in their conscious effort and their premeditated minds thinking like, you know what, I can get away with this. I'm going to try to do this. And, there is a lot of beautiful people on social media. It is. It's like you see pictures of some people, it's like, man, even I as a woman look at some of the videos and pictures that I see on social media of men, and I'll be like, damn, you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean that I need to slide in someone's DM or inbox and stuff like that. Like, you can admire from afar. But once you send that message or that inbox, that DM or whatever, that's when you've said, I don't really care about my relationship. I don't really care that I have somebody. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm going to try to hook up with this person or whatever the case may be. So it's like, it's nothing wrong with admiring. It's nothing wrong with the like. But when you start, sending the heart eyes, emojis, and all the extra stuff, and then actually sending a message to their DM, like, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when it becomes an issue. Case in point, for example, you post a picture and you have people, liking it, whatever, but then you're going to have those people that's going to make extra comments like, I wonder what you look like without those clothes, or, making comments in reference to your body parts and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And half of those people probably have a girl or a man, depending upon what your gender is. But half of those people probably have somebody when they're doing that are doing that, and that's when it becomes a problem. That's when it becomes a problem, when you start doing the extra shit. You can admire, again, like I said, from afar. You can like all that good stuff. But once you start sending extra messages and saying extra stuff and going, that's too much. So yes, that's when social media is killing your relationship. But it's not social media. It's the actual person. Because all social media is doing is giving you the platform to put your stuff out there. They're not telling you have to do these things. So it's not social media's fault. It's that actual person's fault. It's that actual person's fault. They have to make the conscious decision to be like, yeah, this person looks great, or I love this person's pictures, whatever, but I'm not gonna take it so far as to slide in their DMs and stuff like that, send them a message and stuff, so it's stuff that you shouldn't be sending. And again, it's crazy because in the time that we live in, you can screenshot everything, you can send forward stuff to other people. So it's like, why even do all of that? Why even do all that? And then if you're the person that's receiving the messages or the comments and things, you should be the one to shut it down. if you know you're in a relationship and someone is sending you stuff or whatever, you should be that person to shut it down, because a person's only going to do what you allow. So until you shut it down, say, you know what, don't send me this type of stuff. I have a boyfriend or girlfriend or fiance, husband, whatever the case may be. Those people are still going to send you those types of messages on social media until you shut it down and say, you know what, no, this is not what I need to be doing. This is not conducive to the successfulness of my relationship. So again, people with social media hurts their own relationship, not social media. Social media is just the platform, and you know, we have taken it to a whole nother level, using it for hookups or dating and, you know, other things. So it's just been taken to a whole nother level. But again, if you are in a relationship, it is your conscious decision to either allow the fuckery to go on in your DMs, inboxes, timelines, whatever, or to shut it down. So it's really your choice. So you can't blame social media for anything, because again, it's just a platform. It's just a tool. Now, how you use it or how people use it, that's their choice. But it's still the person's issue, not social media. So again, I say all this to say that I did think social media was hell for relationships, but then when I really thought about it and broke it down in my mind, I then realized that it's not social media, it's the people using social media. So again, it's just being mature enough and respecting your relationship enough to not allow, social media to dictate, not even, I won't say dictate your relationship, because I'll say this, for people who are notorious for sliding in DMs and timelines and sending messages, stuff like that, you also have to ask, on that person's page that they're sending these messages to, how does it appear? Because, people can be very much in a relationship and be very single on social media. Now, I am not saying that you have to post your significant other every second of the day, every day, whatever, your woman crush Wednesday on Wednesdays and your man crush. I'm not saying you have to do all that. But I do wonder, the people who never do, though, post their significant other at least once or twice, a couple times, whatever, I have to wonder what you're hiding or what you're not saying. You understand what I'm saying? Again, I'm not saying that you got to, constantly post whoever you're with, because, your relationship is just as yours and it can be private. But I do feel like if you are in a relationship with someone, you should post your significant other every so often, so people do know that you are in a relationship. Whether they respect it or not, it's going to be up to them. But they can't say they didn't know, because you have this person clearly on your page, and so I do think that should, because think about it, we live in the time that we live in a time of technology. We live in the world of social media these days. So honestly, social media, technology, everything is dictating our way of life. But I'm not saying that you should have to, put all your business out there, because I definitely don't believe in that. But I do feel like if you are in a relationship, there's nothing wrong with showing people from time to time. Because why can you be in a relationship in private, but you can't be in a relationship in public? Like that, I don't get that. I don't understand it. And I feel like if you can be lovey-dovey with someone in private and all up on them in private and all on their face in private, I feel like you should be able to do it publicly too. Don't be all in my space in private, but then in public you act like I don't exist. So I do feel like that. I do feel like that should be a standard. Just like I said, it doesn't have to be all the time, but sometimes, because there's people's pages right now that you would think that they have nobody, when all along they're probably married. For real. So I think that should be a standard, though. But other stuff, like I said, like the messaging and all that other stuff, sometimes I think people do that because of how you appear publicly. So you may appear single publicly, so they may think, oh, well, you posting all these pictures, I don't see nobody on your page, you look single, so why not? And again, that becomes your responsibility as the person receiving those messages and things to say, nope, I'm in a relationship, or I have somebody, whatever, thank you for the comments, whatever, but no. So I think again, you have to be the person to shut it down. But then also, if you appear single, people are going to come at you like you're single. So it can, that, you know, so it can go both ways. Like damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's a catch-22. So, you know, you have to just be mindful of how you portray yourself in social media. Period.